Good afternoon, fans. This is your girl from Mel'S Mat Chat, and this is episode 276. Wow, we've come a long way. How is everybody doing on this wonderful pre-weekend? It's Friday, and it's the February 3rd, 2023. Holy shit. I can't believe February's here already. It's crazy. Um, I'm hoping everybody had a great week. Hope everybody enjoyed Royal Rumble. People like it was. If you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't, you didn't. With what had happened at the end with Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn, it kind of overshadowed everything. If they knew they were going to do this, what they should have done is did it at the beginning, because then when they got to the end, and if they were going to put the men's Royal Rumble to close out the show, then it would have given um, Cody Rhodes an opportunity to have that moment. Some people didn't like the way he was booked in there because he was number 30. He should have came in earlier. It is what it is. Sami Zayn is not going to be at WrestleMania facing Roman Reigns. It's a done deal. We're going to have night one, Charlotte and Rhea. Night two, Cody and Roman. You just got to deal with it. Sami Zayn is going to get his moment, and it's going to be at the Elimination Chamber coming up this month in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. We have news coming out of AEW. They are going to start doing house shows in the middle, I think, starting next month. So that will be that. Let's see. William, shit, Mike. I bet I'm getting rid of this because this is going to scare the shit out of me. um, let's see what else is going on. We're getting everything set for the Elimination Chamber, which is dealing with the United States Championship. We're also dealing with the Women's Elimination Championship, for the Raw Women's Championship in the Elimination Chamber. Winner will be going against Bianca Belair at WrestleMania night. I would believe night two. I think they should start off. That would be great. So that is that. Of course, I didn't watch Raw. I want to thank Ringside News for the upcoming run through the show, and I did watch Rampage on Friday. I just finished watching this is actually being taped on Wednesday evening because I got stuff to do this weekend and I'm not gonna have time. So things could break, and that's why I'm gonna be doing those shorts. So if you get one of these things every once in a while, you can, now you have it. And it's a great tool because then I don't have to worry about, oh, did I miss something? Or, am I missing out on something to talk about? So I'm doing this on Wednesday night. So I literally just finished watching Dynamite. So you're going to get my thoughts about it, like legitimately raw. So, but guys and gals and everything else in between, please do me a favor and go check out my review of the WWE Royal Rumble 2023 and all my other episodes on my channel. Go check it out. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, finally, everything is back with Twitter. I got my blue check mark. I'm one happy bitch right now. Please do me a favor and go check out the what is it called? My social media. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, Mel'S Mat Chat. Also, go check me out on Snapchat and Facebook. So I'm going to be starting to pump out my links again. I'm going to try to do that every Friday to, for the people who don't follow me and whatnot. So you'll understand and everything. I want to thank everybody who has looked at the preview and predictions and also the review. I don't know what's going on with last week's episode. I maybe if I didn't get a copyright strike. Everything is good on there. Maybe it's just not being pushed into the algorithms, which pisses me off because I usually get maybe around like between 5 and 8 and everything. But Jesus Christ, I'm starting getting up into the 12s. Maybe this is getting a moving along and everything. I wish I just had a better computer for me to go live on Friday, if or like maybe I could start doing like each show and going through it and whatnot. But I gotta have I gotta have good connections to YouTube to go live and everything like that. So please do me a favor. Please go check out the people over at Harry's.com. Visit their website for all your toiletry and shaving essentials. If you have a beard, please go check out the people over at Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. And they have really righteous merchandise, so go check that out. Please do me a favor and go check out the people over at Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. If you want to murder your thirst with 3 awesome killer flavors, which are mango orange, mixed berry, and lime. Also, I was just told today and informed that the gingerbread and the pumpkin spice, the pumpkin spice chai is going away until next year. I can't believe they still had it up until February. I was like, wow, they're actually doing what we want them to do, because some places have it only for like 2 months, and it's not fair, Tonight is a night for coffee because I'm going to be up doing millions of things this weekend. Also, please go check out HOG Wrestling. They have their show coming up. In fact, I think it's either Friday or Saturday. If you're in the metro area, go check out hogwrestling.net. New beginnings, and I'm telling you, if you don't see it on Fight TV, you can see it in person. And if you can see it in person, you're going to see the tribute to Jay Briscoe. So it's going to be Jay Briscoe night. And, it's going to be a little bit for Clumpton, for me, because, I get very emotional. And the guy's 38 years old, okay? It's just a little hard for me because I'm 40 years old and I have a 17-year-old kid, and that could actually be me. And it's just, I get teary-eyed because I couldn't bear to see my kid without me. And for him to lose his grandmother in last year, and I just found out that one of his preferred staff at his school passed away to ovarian cancer. I'm going through some serious medical issues, which I'm not going to divulge on here just yet. I will be sooner or later when everything starts to settle down and I get a foothold on a lot of things that's going on in my life. I just want to make sure that you guys are aware that March 26th of next month, that Friday before the 26th, that show will be dedicated to my mom. She will be dead 1 year, and we will always I'm going to have an anniversary show for her here. I'm going to tell you a couple stories as I grew up, and we're going to make it a fun occasion, and this will be for Mom, and God rest her soul. It's been a crazy year without her, and it's just, that's why last March it was heading towards WrestleMania. It was the following weekend, and I was looking forward to covering WrestleMania, and I was having a great time and whatnot, and then this happened, and I'm telling you, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because I was just so overwhelmed with, emotions, and I just wanted to take that weekend and just forget about everything and not having to deal with anything. And for the people who did come and reach out to me to basically send their condolences, I'll say it again, thank you very much. It's been one trying year, and I'm ready for 2023 to, make everything great, and we can just basically be happy. And I deserve this. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be having happiness in my life. And, there is a special someone. There is a special someone. And I'm not going to divulge that right here, right now. You know who you are. And I am, I'm happy. I have a little pep in my step, and stuff is coming to full circle for me, and I'm hoping that my health gets a lot better, and I'm working on it little by little. So that is why, going back to Jay Briscoe, knowing that he was 38 years old, it questions my mortality, and it freaks me out. And I just, every single time I see my son, I love him dearly, and I love him to the point that, like, if anything should happen to him, and especially in the state that I am done. Check out. You're not gonna. I'm gonna be staring into space, and I'm going to be sitting in a corner rocking back and forth. And I think my father's going to have to commit me. That's how, like, I'm on the verge if something like that happens. And I also want to say, please, I need prayers tomorrow. I need prayers tomorrow. My grandmother is going to be going for a 5-hour operation to put a stent in her leg. And I made it ratified that I could lose my grandmother tomorrow. So be prepared. Be prepared. To see a completely different Melissa next week for episode 270. I think it's 270. And now I'm questioning my judgment here. What the heck? Holy shit! I think it's 275 if I'm not mistaken, or 276. Hold on. Let me get my channel here. My channel, and it is 275. So this will be 276. So 277, I will be a different Melissa, because I can't lose another person in my life. I've lost 3 people last year. My 2 great aunts and my mom. And I just found out that my cousin Steven is not doing well. He's in a coma because of seizures. So my family's going through the ringer again this year, so I need the prayers. So prayers to my second cousin Stephen, and my prayers to my grandmother for tomorrow. Of course, I'll be keeping you guys the loop on Twitter. I'm not going to be putting this on YouTube. I really don't want to, do this as a short. This is not it's not wrestling. So find me on Twitter, and we can discuss it. All right. So again, if you're going to be able to watch it, please go get all the information on Fight TV. Subscribe to Fight TV Plus, $4.99 a month. It's going to pay for itself in no time. Also, please go, and if you can still get tickets, go check out hogwrestling.net, and then you can purchase tickets there. I have schmutz on my glasses all the fucking time. It sucks. Rampage from Friday, January 27, 2023. They were in the Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. We started off with Hangman Adam Page versus Wheeler Yuta. We're starting hot, said Jericho. Yuta hit Page with a dropkick out of the gate. Yuta applied the octopus stretch and then worked over Page's legs. Hangman Page, all tied up, was forced to use the rope break. Wheeler Yuta chopped away at Page's chest. Page fired back and rocked Yuta with an elbow and a sliding lariat. Page sent Yuta flying with a fallaway slam and then knocked Yuta to the outside with a lariat. Page followed up with a dive over the top rope to the floor on Wheeler Yuta. He's sending a message to Moxley. This is what you have in store for you next week on Dynamite," said Jericho of Hangman. The tenacious Wheeler followed Hangman to the outside with a tope. Euler attempted another tope, but Page caught him and countered with a power bomb on the ring apron. Back in the ring, Page blasted Wheeler with his pop-up Liger bomb for a near fall. "Oh, I don't know what that anybody in our company has better striking game than Hangman Adam Page," said Jim Ross. Yuta took flight and dropped a forearm from the top rope onto Page. Yuta set out with a bulldog headlock on Page for a 2 count. Page began to batter Yuta with machine gun headbutts. Page walloped Yuta with an avalanche Death Valley driver for a near fall. Page folded up Wheeler like an accordion with the German suplexes. Wheeler Yuta grabbed a switch and used 3 consecutive German suplexes of his own on Page. Yuta trapped Page's leg in the ropes and pummeled Page with elbows. Yuta sent Page crashing on the floor with an overhead suplex on the arena floor. Yuta jumped off the top rope with a diving crossbody onto Page on the outside. Yuta tried one more time in the ring, but Page raised his knees to counter Page, fired back with a massive lariat. Yuta countered with a buckshot lariat and connected with a top rope splash for the 2 count. "That was a photo finish right there," said Jim Ross. Hangman cracked Yuta with a rolling elbow. Yuta bit on Page's forehead. Page had enough and smashed Wheeler Yuta with a buckshot lariat. Adam Page planted Wheeler with a Death Rider, and then pinned Wheeler Yuta. Message sent to Moxley, and you can bet message received. Mad King Eddie Kingston was backstage with a message for the House of Black. Kingston, House of Black, you're right. The real Eddie Kingston has come out now, and Ortiz, you had to be the first shot. House of Black, I feel you. I accept you. I am ready to go home. Oh my God. I love this shit. You have no idea. I have to get a Roman Reigns t-shirt because I have to eat my fucking words. I love when fucking like sadistic, fucking maniacal, fucking goddamn, like I love that shit. I love like when you're like the cute little puppies getting stomped on, or like because I was bullied. All right, I was bullied in high school. I was bullied everywhere, all times too. So I'm used to getting called names. But you know, when you get a little payback, you sit there and you laugh maniacally, and it just feels good. That's how that's the way I feel. And for Eddie Kingston to join the House of Black, I thought it was going to be Ortiz. This is fucking awesome. I'm fucking give it to me. Where the hell is my credit card? Take my money, all right? Take my motherfucking money. Oh, I forgot. I did something stupid this week, which, oh my God. I got to quickly share this because I think something has happened to one of you out there, and something happened with my card. So I had to get a new one and whatnot. So I got the new card. Guess what I did? I swear to you, Jesus, I'm not making this shit up. I would never make shit up, honestly. I take the card. I'm thinking it's the old card, and I go and shred the fucking thing. I'm legitimately pissed. I had to go take care of business today, and I had to go pick up prescriptions. I couldn't pick up prescriptions, which then I called and I said, "Do you have Google Pay?" They said, "Yes." I'm like, damn. So I could have used Google Pay and go and take care of that, and I could have used the Google Pay to pay my copies that I needed to make. I'm pissed, okay? Beyond words, I'm pissed. But that's neither here nor there. I still have it active, so I'm decent on that. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Just put asshole on my forehead this week. But you got to give me a little leeway here, because due to the fact is that I am under a lot of stress, and I'm not thinking straight. So I told my upstairs neighbor she's going to do me a favor. If I'm not home, she's going to take a picture of the card and whatnot. So yeah, I'm an idiot. So let's move on. Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and Sanamon Singh with Sanjay Dutt versus Danhausen, the best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta with Orange Cassidy in their corner. Danhausen played his ukulele to the ring to mock Jeff Jarrett. Lethal grabbed the ukulele away from Danhausen and handed it to Sanamon Singh, who put his fist through it. Chuck Taylor took down Lethal with an arm drag. Trent dragged in and dropped an elbow on Jay Lethal. Jarrett tagged in, and Danhausen and the best friends utilized quick tags and even quicker offense on Jeff Jarrett. Best friends sent Lethal for a ride with the soul food half and half combo. Sanamon Singh walked over the top rope and whipped Trent into the turnbuckles. Lethal nearly decapitated Trent with a lariat on the arena floor. Lethal tagged in Sanamon, who held Trent while Lethal dropped an axe handle. Lethal catapulted Trent under the top rope. Lethal went for a release German suplex, but Trent landed on his feet and tagged out to Chuck Taylor. Taylor grabbed Lethal in a submission, but Jarrett intervened. Taylor hit a lariat on Lethal and sent him to the arena floor. Taylor applied the figure four to Jarrett. Sanamon tagged Jarrett and then threw Taylor into Danhausen, forcing the tag. Danhausen was ragdolled by Sanamon Singh. Best friends got involved and ping-ponged Sanamon. Jarrett cracked Danhausen with the stolen Golden Globe Award while the ref was distracted. Sanamon stood on top of Danhausen and grabbed the pin. There was footage filmed after Dynamite when Renee Paquette tried to interview Ruby Soho following the match. Dr. Britt Baker interrupts the interview. Soho, I should have known your thirsty ass couldn't avoid the spotlight. I never wanted or needed your help. Baker, look, Ruby, I don't like you either, but maybe it's time I finally admit you have some importance to this women's division. Why don't you grow a backbone and pick a side? If you're smart, you'll know which side to pick. I have a feeling she's going to go with Saraya, and Tony Storm, because they're going to make this faction that it's like WWE girls, and it's blatantly obvious. Come on. It writes itself almost. Powerhouse Hobbs versus Tony Mudd. Hobbs clobbered Mudd with a running lariat. Hobbs followed up with an elbow strike and then squashed his opponent in the corner. Hobbs hoisted his opponent into the torture rack and then slammed him hard into the mat, pinning him for the quick victory. Backstage, Top Flight said they called AR Fox, and now they're issuing a challenge to the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega for the trios titles. The Natural, Dustin Rhodes, was being interviewed by Renee Paquette backstage when Swerve Strickland and the Mogul affiliates came onto the scene. Strickland, you're coming in here trying to make it all about you. Man, I'm going to have to take out another old man like I almost did with Billy Gunn and add the Natural to that list too. Rhodes, you need to step back. Strickland, the nerve of you, Rhodes family. Guys, your brother ain't shit, And let's not talk about your dad. What is it, like shitting on the Rhodes family this week? I mean, come on. But after I finish this, I want to say something about Cody Rhodes, and you're going to be fucking shocked when I say it. Rhodes, keep my dad's name out of your fucking mouth. I had to. Come on, people, okay? All right, let's get real here. I wasn't always a Cody Rhodes fan, all right? Thought he was a pompous ass. Went to AEW and did his thing. Little by little, he's been poking away at the wall that I have up. I seen bits and pieces of the bump today. And this guy is fucking, I don't know what he's doing to me. He's making me a softie, you know. I gotta respect that, what he has accomplished and how he is right now. He's the winner of the Royal Rumble. He's the winner. He's going to SummerSlam. He's going to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns. I know that Sami Zayn should be in that, but Cody Rhodes has been wanting it more. Sami Zayn was just basically plopped into a situation, and you're not going to fucking make money with Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. If they want to, they could do it. They're doing it at the Elimination Chamber, and if they go back to Cardiff, or when they go over for Money in the Bank, they can make a match between Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns, and then Roman Reigns could put over Sami Zayn because he won't be the champion, and then he can go up and do whatever he wants, and then the bloodline will be no more. But getting back to Cody Rhodes, I can't believe I'm going to admit this. I've had to eat crow twice this week. I'm genuinely liking him. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. I'm genuinely liking him. And for him to do that to me, it's really fucking crazy. And that's how good he is. If he can fucking make me a fan of his, and a legit fan that I will support him. I will actually support him. If he's in a match, when it's not a conflict of interest, I will gladly root for him. Like what happened this Monday. Sorry, Finn Balor, Judgment Day. Sorry, my loyalty is to them. But in other reasons and other ways, I'm legitimately going to root for him. I mean, he's made me a fan, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I could tell you how many times I fucking called him an asshole, or called him a jackass, or called him a dickhead, or whatever. I called him so many fucking names, I can't even remember the names I called him. He's legitimately made me a fan because of his story and the way he's come across. He's become more humble, and he's been very appreciative, and that's what gets me. There's people that are out there that they are like Roman Reigns, which I vehemently hated. Now I'm going to be in a situation that I'm just going to, let where the chips may lie at that point. It's going to be a good match. Too bad I'm not going to see it because, with the situation. But I'm not going to completely be tuned out. Thank Christ we have Ringside News, and that's where I'm going to be able to, do the weekend and be able to, enjoy and be partaking in it, because I'm not going to be watching it. I can't. I actually don't have the Peacock network anymore. Can't do it. And there's supposed to be a Vengeance Day or something on. Yeah, what I've seen online, totally missable show. Okay, moving on. Backstage, Lexi Nairn interviewed TBS champion Jade Cargill. Red Velvet interrupted the interview and said next week she'd be the one in 49-1. Main event time. Championship eliminator match. AEW World Champion JB Hayter with Dr. Britt Baker DMD and Rebby versus Emi Sakura with Emi Sugura. Emi and Hayter traded heavy strikes back and forth. Outside the ring, Emi and Hayter into the barricades. Sent Emi Hayter into the barricade. And then into the ring, ping-ponging her. Emi Sakura whipped Hayter by the hair in the ring. Sakura dropped an elbow on the champion. Sakura stretched Hayter with a surfboard. Hayter showed off her fighting spirit, blasting with heavy hand chops to Emi Sakura. Hayter connected with 3 exploders to Sakura. Hayter ran into Sakura with a back elbow into the turnbuckles. Jamie cracked Sakura with the Hayter breaker for a 2 count. Jamie ran into Sakura with a sliding lariat for a near fall. Hayter attempted a moonsault for Sakura, rolled out of the way. Sakura followed up with a tiger driver for a near fall on Hayter. Sakura hit moonsault press right on target, but Hayter manages to kick out before the pinfall. Sakura smacked Hayter in the face with lefts and rights. Hayter reared back and landed a lariat. Hayter pinned Sakura after the Haterade in a tremendous match. Another classic in the women's division of AEW. Excalibur said. And we move on to Dynamite. Oh, it's actually it's going to be the House Ruled store. It's going to be March 18th. It's going to be on a Saturday. Tickets go on sale February 3rd at 10 a.m. Tickets are $20, and you can get the tickets at AEWtickets.com, and you can now go to AEW house shows. Dynamite for this. I hate being blind. AEW episode Dynamite for February 1st, 2022 was broadcasted live from the Wright State University in Dayton, Ohio. We started off hot. Adam Page versus Jon Moxley 3. Moxley jumped Hangman as Moxley was making his entrance. Moxley hurled Adam Page into the barricade. Moxley delivered a flying sledge as he jumped off the barricade onto Hangman. Adam Page turned the side tables, delivering a big boot to Moxley as they brawled amongst the fans. Moxley applied the figure 4 on the floors and flipped off Adam Page. Moxley hit Page with ribs and steel chair. Page slung the chair at Moxley's head. Page suplexed Moxley onto the chair on the arena floor. Page caught Moxley flush in the forehead. Moxley dazed, began to bleed from the forehead. Page set Moxley flying with a German suplex. The blood began to pour into the Moxley's eyes. By the way, Moxley had his father walking him to the ring with Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli. That's nothing new for Jon Moxley, replied Tony Schiavone. Moxley and Page traded chops. Moxley tagged Page with forearms. Page caught a charging Moxley and countered with a fallaway slam. Moxley swung blindly, clubbed Page on the side of the head. Page picked up Moxley in a fireman's carry and then threw him from the ring apron onto the ring post. Moxley has never lost back-to-back singles matches in AEW, said Excalibur. Moxley brought Page down with a cutter. Both men got to their feet and began to chop away at one another. Moxley fired kicks and then looked locked in a sleeper. Page escaped with a back suplex. Moxley answered with a backdrop driver. Moxley suplexed Hangman off the turnbuckles. Moxley grabbed Page's arms and began to stomp on Page's head with the flat of his boot. Moxley put an arm lock on Page, but Page forced the rope break when he managed to touch the bottom rope. Page attempted a moonsault off the turnbuckle to the outside, and Mox dodged it and hit a lariat. Adam Page smashed Moxley through the timekeeper's table with a pop-up powerbomb. Page clubbed Mox with a lariat and then hit a deadeye for a near fall on Moxley. How in the hell is Mox kicking out, wondered Taz. Moxley dodged a boot from Page and then rocked Page with a King Kong lariat. Page connected with a thrust kick. Page impaled Mox with a small package driver for a 2 count on John. Hangman attempted the buckshot lariat, but Moxley blocked it. Hangman transitioned to the tombstone pile driver and then blasted Mox with a buckshot lariat for a near fall. Hangman locked in a bulldog choke on Mox, but Mox cradled Page and pinned him. Claudio Castagnoli and Will Yuta came into the ring after the match. They had to separate Mox and Page, who kept flipping each other off. Don't think he found the decisive victory he was looking for, said Shivani. Hangman and Moxley went to go for some more, but we'll have to wait for another day, added Excalibur. Renee Paquette interviewed the Bunny and the AEW World Champion Jamie Hayter backstage. The Bunny challenges Hayter to a title elimination match next week, and Jamie accepted. Saray and Tony Storm attacked Dr. Britt Baker in a different part of the arena while Hayter was being interviewed. Hayter ran off to help Baker. AEW World Tag Team Champions The Acclaim versus Anthony Bowens and Max Caster with Billy Gunn versus Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum. Bowens hit the Shiver Me Timbers. Bowens dropped Turbo with the arrival. Bowens pinned Turbo after the mic drop. The Guns, Colton and Austin come to the ring after the match. Colton, hey, we're here to talk about something serious. We want a title shot at your belts, and we want an answer right now. Caster, yo, listen, Bowens, you want an answer? You're interrupting the most popular tag team in all of professional wrestling. I don't think so. All right, we have the tag team. Somebody they call them the Usos. So have several seats. You got time to be that. Okay. Since we are the people's choice and the people's voice, why don't we ask the people? Dayton, Ohio, do you want the Ass Boys? Do the Ass Boys deserve a shot at the AEW World Tag Team titles? The fans booed. The people have spoken. Daddy Ass heard enough and walked off. Austin, there you go. Exactly what you did in entire childhood. You turned our back on us. Billy came back to the ring and told Austin to look at him in his eyes. Billy, do you think you have what it takes? Well, you got it. Next week, a tag team title shot. The Guns smiled at one another, and I think they're going to win it. And Daddy Ass is going to be back to being Mr. Ass. Alex Marvez was backstage with Jack Perry asking what was next for Jungle Hook. Jack, I've done the tag team thing before, but this year I be champion all by myself. If you wonder where Luchasaurus is, he's fine. He's just in litigation about his mask. And I have no idea what's going on about that. So he might have to come up with a new gimmick, and that sucks. Konosuke Takesha versus the Embassy's the Machine Gun Brian Cage. Brian Cage powerbombed Takesha against the steel ring post. Cage connected with a sliding dropkick on Takesha for a near fall. Takesha and Cage exchanged elbows and strikes back and forth. Takesha rocked Brian Cage with a blue thunder bomb for a 2 count. Brian Cage suplexed Takesha over the top rope and and into the ring. Takesha came back with a Liger bomb wearing down Cage. Brian Cage clocked Takesha with a discus lariat. Takesha planted Cage with a brainbuster for a near fall. Takesha followed up with an avalanche brainbuster and then a running knee for a pin on Brian Cage. A hard-fought victory for Konosuke Takesha. Sorry, said Excalibur. Renee Paquette backstage with Chris Jericho and the Jericho Appreciation Society, who said Ricky Starks accused Jericho of cheating last week. Garcia said they're designed a gauntlet for Starks. Starks will have to beat Parker, then Daddy Magic, and if he's able to beat Garcia and Sammy, then and only then he will get a match with Chris Jericho. Kenny Omega and the Bucks were at a basketball court. The trio's champs challenged AR Fox and Top Flight to a match next week. Stokely Hathaway, along with Matt Hardy, Ethan Page, and Isaiah Cassidy, interrupted the Elite. Ethan Page challenged the Elite to a match this Friday, and the Elite accepted. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson versus Timothy Thatcher. This match was a fucking awesome motherfucking match. This is what I wanted in WWE. This match should have been on like one of those B-level pay-per-views. This match was fucking a classic, a clinic, whatever you want to talk about it. It is fucking phenomenal. Thatcher was looking for a Fujiwara armbar, but Danielson quickly got to the ring ropes. Thatcher backed Danielson into the corner and clobbered the Dragon with European uppercuts. Thatcher drove his knee into Brian's injured shoulder. Bryan Danielson used a dragon screw leg whip to take Timothy Thatcher down to the mat. Thatcher broke the grip by grabbing Bryan's fingers and then stomping on him. Bryan charged at Timothy with a running knee, but Thatcher absorbed the shot. Danielson headbutt Thatcher. Danielson delivered a dropkick to Thatcher off the top rope. Danielson landed on his shoulders and immediately began to clutch it. Thatcher came back at Danielson with a European uppercuts. Danielson walloped Thatcher with low and high round kicks. Bryan Danielson used a hammer and anvil elbow strikes on Thatcher. Danielson snuck in a rear naked choke, but Thatcher rammed Danielson backwards and they collided into the referee. AEW World Champion MJF came to the ring with the Dynamite Diamond Ring. MJF was chased to the back by Takesha, who jumped out of the crowd. Thatcher locked on the Fujiwara armbar, but Danielson managed to reach the ropes. Thatcher hurled Danielson with a belly-to-belly suplex. Bryan flattened Thatcher with the running knee out of nowhere and pinned Thatcher. Backstage, MJF and Takesha continued to brawl. AEW security had to separate the two of them. Renee Paquette went backstage and said, as per Tony Khan, that next week it would be a world title eliminator match between MJF and Takesha. That's going to be a crazy match next week. It was also announced that Rush will be facing Bryan Danielson next week on Dynamite. Oh my God. TBS Championship match. Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet. Jade Cargill is looking to secure her 50th victory tonight. Red Velvet charged at Jade and started the match. Jade connected with a back elbow to Red Velvet. They brawled outside the ring with Velvet getting her aggression out on Jade. Jade body slammed Red Velvet and then dropped an elbow. Red Velvet had Jade reeling with the lung blower. Jade came back with a pump kick for a near fall on Red Velvet. Outside the ring, Kiera Hogan sent Layla Gray to the steel ring steps. As the ref was distracted, Red Velvet cracked Jade with a kick to cover her for a pin. The ref wasn't there to count for the pin, as she was occupied outside with Kiera and Leia. Jade hoisted up Red Velvet and planted her hard with Jaded. Jaded pinned Red Velvet and is now 50-0. Who could possibly dethrone Cargill? Asked Excalibur. Renee Paquette was backstage to interview Dr. Britt Baker on TMZ for a medical update. Ruby Soho came into the locker room. She said she just heard what happened and asked if Baker was okay. Baker said, "Those are your girls, and I'm good." Main event time. TNT Championship no holds bar match. Darby Allin versus the Ring of Honor World Tag Television Champion Samoa Joe. And I am telling you, I don't know what it's about with Samoa Joe. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I don't know what it's about of him. There's just something about him that, oh my God. The way he talks, the way it's his bravado. And, oh my God, 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 oh my God. Seriously. Let's just say he can muscle buster me any day of the week and twice on Sunday and 5 times on Saturday, okay? Let's just put it all on the table here, okay? This is the third match in the trilogy. Darby was wearing a hoodie covered with thumbtacks. Darby splashed Joe in the corner. Joe covered his hand with his towel and delivered a clothesline to Darby. Samoa Joe pulled a table out from beneath the ring. As Joe was pulling up the table, Darby jumped out of the ring and sending the table into Joe's forehead. "Darby is a crazy man," said Taz. Samoa Joe brawled with Darby through the crowd. Joe dragged in Darby all the way up the arena steps. Samoa Joe brought Darby back into the ring. Samoa Joe kicked Darby in the ribs. Samoa Joe tried to fight back with an open palm strike. Joe sent Darby to the mat with an St. Joe. Joe pulled a table out from beneath the ring and propped it up against the barricade. Joe returned to the ring and Darby came back firing chops at Joe. Samoa Joe grabbed Darby and flung him over the top rope to the arena floor. "This is insane," said Taz. Samoa Joe dropped Darby with a brainbuster. Joe grabbed a handful of chairs and set them up in the ring back to back. Samoa Joe lifted up Darby and then dropped him, spine first, on the chairs. Samoa Joe attempted to powerbomb Darby, but Darby blinded Joe with a powerbomb in the eyes. Darby nailed Joe with a stunner. Darby put the thumbtack-covered hoodie back on and nailed Joe with the coffin drop for a near fall. Darby Allin grabbed a blade and cut the ring canvas, looking to expose the pine boards and the steel ring frame. Darby charged Samoa Joe, but Joe moved and Darby smashed through the table outside the ring. Samoa wrapped up with the hoodie around Darby's head. Darby went for Joe's eyes with his thumbs, gouging away. Darby cracked Samoa Joe with a steel chair. Darby climbed to the top rope, but Samoa Joe met him up there and dropped him with a muscle buster, a super muscle buster, onto the exposed board. Samoa Joe pinned Darby and became the two-time TNT champion. We heard Wardlow's music. He came out to the ring and charged right to Joe. Wardlow ground and pound Joe. Wardlow exploded back to the scene. Here in AEW, said Taz, Wardlow was looking for a powerbomb symphony, but Samoa Joe quickly retreated from the ring. That was the end. And they will be in El Paso County Coliseum in El Paso, Texas next week for Dynamite, and that's, I think, where they're going to be taping Rampage. So that's that. All right, on to Raw, and then I'm going to get you guys out of here, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of the weekend. And you know what? I'm going to do something cool. I'm going to release this early in the morning on Friday. Not 2 p.m. Not 2 p.m. I'm going to do that, yes. So you're going to get a short tonight. Yes, you are. Tonight I'm going to... So for Wednesday night, I'm going to make a short, and everybody's going to get the notification. It's going to go early on Friday. So everybody's going to have a great time. You can have it with your breakfast. You can have it while you're on your way to work, school, whatever you want to do. I'm such a giver. I want to say thank you to Ringside News for keeping Raw on my show. WWE will start the week at 8 p.m. As always. Match-by-match highlight and results of the show will take place on this page. It should be a big night. The road to WrestleMania has officially started with the Royal Rumble just concluded tonight. Promises to be a big night. Cody Rhodes is set to open the show, and Rhea Ripley is set to announce who she will face at WrestleMania. The updated match card goes as follows. Rhea Ripley announces which championship she will face at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes kicks off Monday Night Raw. The Elimination Chamber qualifying match, Seth frickin' Rollins versus Chad Gable, and Johnny Gargano versus Baron Corbin. We start off with the commentators to welcome the audience to the show. Cody Rhodes' theme song plays and he walks out to the ring. He gets on the mic and starts by saying, what should we talk about? I said we need a t-shirt of that, just saying. You don't have to pay me royalties, And he also goes on saying that he's not the same person that he was when he started this journey. He said he thought a lot of his start at Ohio Valley Wrestling. He said that he vividly thought he was going to be the WWE champion in 2 years. He also thought he was going to be the next John Cena. He wondered what he would say if he could tell his younger self. He continues to say he wouldn't tell him a single thing because every piece of this journey has been worth it. He says wrestling has more than one royal family. He says that WWE has more than one royal family. But for it to be true, he has to stand across from an entire bloodline, the tribal chief. He says he has to stand across the biggest superstar on the planet, Roman Reigns. The crowd chanted, "Roman sucks." He respects Roman, but he continues to say that in 62 days he will become the champion. He says Roman Reigns can be the biggest star in the world after WrestleMania. The one thing he won't be is the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. The Judgment Day music plays and the group comes out. Finn says if Cody is returning to do something original or if he's going to knock off his stuff. Bullet Club. Because he does this and then he goes into this and he kisses it. To show respect of the way he came up and what he has done, and especially because I know he's still friends with the Bucks and possibly Kenny Omega. Dominic says Cody ruined Judgment Day's play at the Royal Rumble. He says he was supposed to win the men's Royal Rumble match. Finn wonders what happened to Rey Mysterio. Dominic says he did. He said Cody ruined his moment at the Royal Rumble, but says he wouldn't be standing if this happened in prison. Priest says Dominic should main event WrestleMania. He then says Rhea earned her spot at WrestleMania. Dominic says Cody owes him an apology. Cody asks Dominic is trying to scare him. He says he respects Rey Mysterio. Dominic says he doesn't respect his dad and even Cody's father. Cody said he's going to try to play it safe or he could kick their asses. He challenges anyone of the Judgment Day to a match tonight. Edge's theme song plays and he comes out and attacks the Judgment Day and they start brawling. Cody then joins and helps him out. WWE officials try to separate them and we go to commercial. We come back. Austin Theory is shown arriving at WWE Raw. WWE Elimination Chamber qualifying match, Seth Rollins versus Chad Gable. The match begins with Gable takes down Seth and locks in the ankle lock, but Seth gets to the rope. Gable with a German suplex, cover 1-2 kick out. Rollins rolls out of the ring and Gable goes after him. It sends him back into the ring and hits the diving headbutt. Cover 1-2 kick out. We come back from a commercial break. Rollins fighting back against Gable, but not enough, as Rollins hits a dragon screw on Rollins. No, sorry. Rollins hits the dragon screw. Sorry, Gable hits the dragon screw on Rollins. They fucked up. He goes for a moonsault and misses, allowing Rollins to hit the buckle bomb. Rollins with a couple of clotheslines and a super kick. He then hits a Falcon Arrow, cover 1-2 kick out. Rollins goes for the pedigree, but Gable with a roll-up, but couldn't get the pinfall. Both exchange roll-ups. That ends when Gable slams him into the mat. Cover 1-2 kick out. Gable goes for the German suplex, but fights out of it and goes for the enziguri, but Gable catches him and locks in the ankle lock. Rollins rolls him up, but can't pin him. Rollins with a pedigree for the win. Rollins picks up the win, and he is in the Elimination Chamber. We go to commercial break. Come back. Candice LeRae versus Io Sky. The match begins, and Candice knocks down Io and hits the senton. Io plants Candice face first to the mat. She then delivers a body slam and goes to work on Candice. Candice with a drop kick to Io, sending her outside. She hits a baseball drop kick. Io re-enters the ring and hits a crossbody. She sends her in, but gets kicked, and Candice dives onto her. We come back from commercial break. Candice with a drop kick. Cover 1-2 kick out. She climbs to the top rope, but is stopped by Io and hits a back breaker, and follows it up with a Meteora. She climbs the top rope, but is toppled by Candice, who hits a German suplex. Cover 1-2 kick out. Both women exchange strikes in the ring. Candice climbs the top rope, but Io carries her up. Candice reverses into a Poison Rana. Cover 1-2 kick out. She sets up Io on the top rope, but is thrown off, and Io goes for the moonsault. But Candice gets her knees up. She rolls her up, and Dakota distracts the referee. Bailey distracts Candice, allowing Io Sky to roll her up for the win. Io Sky picks up the win. We go to commercial break. Rhea Ripley comes out. She wanted the attention tonight, so everybody stayed back and respected her because she is the winner of the Royal Rumble. She said she went to the distance by asking 29 other women to win the Royal Rumble match. She said she could choose whichever champion she wants to face at WrestleMania. She recalls 3 years ago she was NXT champion and she challenged Charlotte Flair, who was the Rumble's winner, and she was put in her place. Rhea says Charlotte is somehow always in the title picture, and she seems to get better each year. I wonder how many times she fucking wanted to laugh after saying that. God, fucking Charlotte, she is delusional. Wonder if she fucking told her to say that. She said Charlotte Flair is at the top, but she doesn't like things being overplayed. She then advised Charlotte to enjoy everyone bowing down to her because they will soon bow down to her because she will put Flair in her place. She then says she chooses Charlotte Flair, which I did not want. I wanted Bianca Belair. So if she wins, does she stay on SmackDown by herself and the Judgment Day stay on Raw? I hope not. Unless, because she is part of the Judgment Day, she won't be able to wrestle. The only time she'll ever be able to wrestle, if it's a mixed tag or something like that, she should get that fucking goddamn, get that opportunity. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping if that happens, Judgment Day is allowed to go over there, like Dominic should be able to go over there to support Mommy. And I want to discuss something on that towards the end about that. So Kathy Kelly interviews Rollins, who says he wants to talk about tonight. He says he's going to the Elimination Chamber and he's going to win back the United States title from Austin Theory and head to WrestleMania. Rollins refused to comment on Logan Paul eliminating him at the Royal Rumble. We come back from commercial break. Elimination Chamber match, qualifying match. Johnny Gargano versus Baron Corbin. The match starts and Gargano attacks Corbin in the corner and hits a dropkick, but Corbin comes back with a big boot. He then attacks Gargano in the corner. Corbin with a backbreaker, cover, 1-2 kick out. Gargano with an elbow and a kick to the head. He then sends him to the outside and dives onto the apron, but is caught with a right hand before being slammed into the barricade. Come back from commercial. Gargano kicked down and Corbin continues to attack him. Cover, 1-2 kick out. Gargano with a slingshot spear. Cover, 1-2 kick out. Gargano hits a couple of super kicks. Cover, 1-2 kick out. Gargano with an enziguri, but Corbin comes back and hits a deep 6. 1-2 cover, 1-2 kick out. Corbin is sent into the post. Gargano with a suicide dive onto Corbin. JBL distracts him, but Dexter takes an axe out and threatens him. Corbin goes for the end of days, but Gargano rolls him up for the win. The winner is Johnny Gargano, and I cannot wait for him to get into that because this is his hero, his mentor is Shawn Michaels. So he was in the very first Elimination Chamber. So I think this is going to be a great dynamic. I'm wondering if he's going to ask him for any pointers to get him through this. We go to commercial break. MVP is in the ring and introduces Austin Theory, who comes out to the ring. Theory is impressed with the VIP lounge. He thanks MVP for inviting him to the VIP lounge. He said he's going to help the VIP lounge and MVP be relevant again. MVP says classics never go out of style. He then says Austin suggests has a big ring. Austin suggests has a nice ring to it. He then asks where the head is. Theory asks the crowd to shut up. He says MVP and Lashley was going to beat him. MVP says he knows Bobby can beat him. Theory says he survived the Elimination Chamber after Brock F5'd him off the top. He said he's still standing because nothing could stop him. MVP says he likes his confidence. He says Austin is scared out of his wits, but is hiding. He then says, "You never know who might be in that chamber." Austin says he has beaten Bobby twice for his United States Championship. He's going to defend it in the Elimination Chamber, but Lashley won't be in it. Austin Theory warns MVP that he should be worried about Lashley's health, who is about to get chewed up by Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's theme song played, and he comes out. MVP holds him back. Theory asks him to listen to his daddy, and MVP lets go of Lashley, who attacks Theory. Lashley goes off for a spear, but Theory pulls MVP away, and Lashley spears him, and Austin runs away. Byron Saxton is backstage and interviews Judgment Day. Vince says he thought Edge would have had enough, and he asks him to tell Edge he works on Mondays. He then says Cody has been stealing his stuff for a long time, and he's going to collect his receipt. We come back from commercial break. The Miz is in the ring. He starts saying that he has something to say. He says he wasn't given the proper spotlight at Raw 30, and that he was then attacked by Kevin Owens. He then said he was given a bad number in the Royal Rumble and was the first man eliminated. He says he was given nothing tonight and demands to be treated with respect. He is interrupted by Adam Page, who found someone to face The Miz. Rick Boogs' theme song plays, and he comes out. The Miz is surprised by his opponent. He said he's in a suit. Adam says this is the best way to prove how awesome he is, and he makes it official. The Miz versus Rick Boogs. The match begins, and Boogs throws him into the turnbuckle. Miz punches Boogs with anger, and he hits a gut-wrench suplex. He then picks up Miz and slams him for the win. Winner, Rick Boogs. I swear, everybody new that comes onto a show with The Miz, he has to break in. Alpha Academy is walking backstage. Max, the male model who watched them, call Otis disgusting. Bayley's theme song comes on, and she goes out to the ring. She gets on the mic, and she wasn't going to leave without talking about last week. She says everything is talking about how they took out Becky Lynch. She said she had so much confidence going into the Royal Rumble. Her favorite moment was when she eliminated Becky Lynch. She says she's done with Becky Lynch because she's beat. Becky Lynch theme song, and she comes out and asks Bayley to shut up. She says they are not done. She says she has won a Royal Rumble, and she didn't need to win again. She only needed to make sure that Bayley didn't win it. She says Bayley is doing everything she can to avoid facing her. Bayley said she came out to celebrate, but Becky had to make everything about her. Becky says it's her birthday. Becky says she doesn't suck up to her because she knows her and she doesn't like her. She calls her overrated and that she isn't good enough to be champion. And she says she isn't good enough for her husband. She says the only reason he married her is because she got knocked up. I would have, for Becky Lynch, turned around and said, so I get pregnant, I get married, but you can keep your man happy. Mic drop. But Becky is more mature and a little bit more higher up in the hierarchy. Becky says that animosity started 10 years ago in NXT and challenged her to a steel cage match in Orlando so they can end it once and for all. Bayley denies her challenge. Becky goes backstage and drags Dakota out with a chair between her leg, and asks her again. She threatens to break her leg. Becky accepts her challenge. She says Bayley can bring Damage Control next week and asks her to go check on Io Sky. Come back from commercial. Kathy Kelly interviews Adam Pearce, who says Becky and Bayley is official. He also says there will be a number one contenders women's championship match for the Raw Women's Championship, and the final four women's in the Royal Rumble have already qualified. I said that. That should happen. It should have been the last six, but it's neither here nor there. He also announces the Elimination Chamber qualifying match between Candice LeRae, Minchin, Carmella, and Piper Niven. And I love hearing Piper Niven. Oh, Jesus. Every time I see like a dewdrop or I see dough drop or whatever it is, I get fucking pissed. Chelsea Green appears and complains about her accommodations. So she's really going with this Karen shit. Whatever at this point. The Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Dolph Ziggler versus Bronson Reed. Oh, this was a waste of fucking time, I heard. Oh my god. Seriously? Dolph Ziggler's music hit and he walks out to the ring. Bronson Reed music plays and he walks to the ring. The match starts and Ziggler with a drop kick. Bronson stops him using his size. He headbutts Dolph and body slams him. Reed goes to work on Ziggler. Dolph fights back and hits a DDT. Cover 1-2 kick out. Reed goes for a suplex, but Ziggler hits the zigzag. Cover 1-2 kick out. Dolph attacks Reed. Reed with a powerbomb and he climbs onto the top rope and hits a tsunami for the win. Winner, Bronson Reed. Oh, that chamber better be fucking reinforced, especially those pods. Kathy Kelly interviews Carmella, who says she needs more excitement from her. She says she's back and where she belongs. She said she's going to make to the Elimination Chamber. She is interrupted by Asuka and she tells her isn't ready for her. Asuka begins to laugh and she at her as her colored goo comes out from her mouth. Oh, Kana, would you marry me now? I love this. Finally, she's herself. You know, it's a great thing to be yourself, you know. Boogs is interviewed by Byron Saxton. He says his winning tonight felt like climbing a mountain. He says it's electric to be back. He says he is back. Street Profits seem to be excited to see Boogs. Elias says Elias says it's skilled to be an artist. Ford asks him not to be a hater. Byron asks them about their qualifying match. Ford says he will beat Elias, but Elias says he is an American icon and he will win the United States Championship. Commercial. We come back. Main event time. Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor. The match begins and Cody plants Finn with. Wait. The match begins and Cody plants Finn, who rolls out of the ring. We come back from commercial. Cody knocks down Balor and goes for the uppercut, but is stopped by Balor, who attacks the pectoral muscle. Finn attacks Cody in the corner. Balor with a PK cover 1-2 kick out. Balor continues to attack Cody. Cody fights back with a dragon screw and follows it with a disaster kick. He then hits a suicide dive. He fights off Priest and Dominic. He hits the power slam on Balor. Cover 1-2 kick out. Cody goes for a Cody cutter, but Balor continues into a reverse DDT. Cover 1-2 kick out. We come back from a commercial break. Cody hits a super kick on Balor. Both men exchange strikes. Cody hits the Cody cutter. Cover 1-2 kick out. Balor hits a sling blade on Cody, but gets up and hits the super kick. Cover 1-2 kick out. He goes for a figure four, but Balor sends him to the outside. Edge comes out through the crowd and attacks Priest and Dominic. He spears Dominic. Rhea attacks him, but Beth comes out and spears Rhea. Balor with a double stomp and follows it up with a drop kick. He climbs to the top rope, but Edge distracts him. He goes for the stomp, it misses, and Cody hits a 3 crossroads for the win. Winner, Cody Rhodes. This ends the coverage, and thank you, Ringside News, for the report. I thank you very, very much. All right, so that is that. So I will be back here for episode 276 next week. And please do me a huge favor. Please go and check out Harry's.com for all your shaving and toiletry essentials. Please go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com and get all your beard essentials there. Please go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com and murder your thirsts with 3 awesome flavors, which are mango, orange, mixed berry, and lime. And also you can get the natural spring water and sparkling water. Please go check out Death Wish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com and get your gingerbread and pumpkin spice, because they're going to be going away until the end of this year. Please do me a favor. If you want to go and enjoy another tribute to Jay Briscoe, it's going to be happening this weekend. I believe it's February 3rd, and it's the New Beginnings, I think it's called. It's for House of Glory. You can check it out on Fight TV, and please subscribe to Fight TV Plus for $4.99. It's worth weight in gold. Please go do that. And if you are able to get tickets and you want to go and see it in person, please go check out hogwrestling.net to get all your tickets. And remember, AEW is going on the road, and the tickets are going to go on sale this week on Friday. So go to AEWTix.com and go get your tickets, and it's going to go on sale at 10 a.m. for March, and you're going to enjoy it. You're going to see people that you haven't seen, and it's going to be it's going to be lighter, and you don't have to worry about the pyro and everything like that. So it's going to be just laid back, and it's just going to be a house show, and you know what happens at house shows. I will be back here for episode 257 next week. I want everybody to have a great weekend, and you'll be seeing a short, so you will already know that I'm going to do this early in the morning on Friday, give you a little leg on the competition. And please do me a favor, go check me out on Twitter, which I got my blue check mark back, so I am official. Go check me there Mel'S Mat Chat. Go check me on TikTok, Mel'S Mat Chat, and Instagram. So go check them out, and please go check me out on Facebook and Snapchat. Have a great weekend, and if you're going to watch Vengeance, go ahead. I'm not going to be watching it, so I'm not going to cover it. So, oh well. It is what it is. So have a great rest of your weekend. If you're here in the Northeast, get your warming clothes out. It's going to be freezing, and I'm going to be not happy. All right? Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. I love you all. Bye. Oh, side note. Before I get out of here, I want to just cover a little something with Dominic Mysterio. Vicky Guerrero has to lighten up. And I don't care if this is an angle or anything like that. She's got to fucking lighten up. He was an inspiration to everybody. And Eddie Guerrero would be liking this. And look at him. He is popular more so than when he was with Ray. So I think Eddie would be loving this right now. So all the Guerrero family members, please just have a fucking seat and enjoy fucking masterpieces. So that is it. That is it. I just wanted to quickly touch on that. I love you all again. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week for episode 257. Have a great Friday. Love you all.